Hello and welcome. Welcome to another edition of CPR's Clubhouse Live. My name is CPR Jose Ortiz, and I'm being joined by one of my closest friends and one of the greatest of all time when it comes to the freestyle genre. His name is Willie Valentin. Willie, thank you for joining us here on CPR's Clubhouse Live.
Cool, man. It's been a long time.
Yes, indeed. So how has COVID treated you in the last year?
How it's treated me? You learn how to survive, all right, and adapt. So I would say I learned a lot in the last year when it comes to that and how important family is.
Yeah, I completely agree on the importance of family. I thank the Lord that I'm here today with you, talking to you. It was 2 weeks ago today that I suffered a stroke. I had no idea I had a stroke. I had a block in my cerebellum, a blood clot, and it was mostly removed. You traveled, and I thank you for being a brother and for being there by my side when I woke up after my anesthesia wore off.
Yeah.
Sorry that I proclaimed my love for you so many times in that room.
I just wish you would have wore underwear.
Yeah, exactly.
They gave you a blanket. Why didn't they give you a blanket? That was the weirdest thing.
We got really intimate without trying to get intimate, you know. It was hilarious to have my mother, George Anthony, and Willie Valentin in the same place, and my mom is trying to treat me like I'm a child, so she's trying to change my diaper. And so I love my mom, and yeah, it was great. Poo cocky.
You were so, like, I don't have no cocky. No.
And then she takes out the Gerber. She starts feeding me in front of you guys.
That was cool.
That was really cool. And then she tried to do the airplane, and I missed. I'm fortunate to be here. I thank God for being here, and I feel
happy you're here.
Like one of the luckiest men in the world. Again, 2 weeks ago, at around this time, about 45 minutes from now, it'll be 2 weeks. I had a stroke. I was supposed to do an interview with Stephanie Bennett, and after various attempts, we were not successful. I said, hey, let's try again tomorrow. And then I just went about my night. I tried to get ready for my work day, and I put on television. I was watching professional wrestling. I grabbed a big glass of orange juice. I drank that. And about 5 minutes later, I get this noise coming from the TV while watching wrestling. And it just I don't know, it just messed with my equilibrium. So my left foot, I couldn't walk on it, and my voice changed. And you know, I didn't know it was a stroke. And I took it as a joke, and I was calling my mom, and my mom thought it was a joke because my voice was changed. I had to crawl through my room to open a door, and I had to, go ass first down the stairs so I could open up the door. And my mom saw me, and I let her know what was going on. She tried to take care of me as best possible. I didn't go to the doctor at that time or the emergency room or call the ambulance. It was only the next morning when I woke up, and I landed face first in my DVD rack that I called Philip Anthony, and I asked him to please call an ambulance. I can say with this that Philip Anthony was here before the paramedics, before the police officers, before the firefighters, before the EMTs. Philip Anthony was here.
The first responder now, officially.
Yeah, the first responder, Philip Anthony. Not only does he does comedy, but he's also a lifesaver.
He does comedy?
Yeah,
he does comedy.
So it was hilarious because at that time I was trying to do comedy while he was here. I was trying to sell tickets to his next event. They transferred me over to Bay State, and I want to thank everyone at Bay State Medical Center for saving my life in Massachusetts. When I got there, they did a CAT scan, and they said, "Hey, man, you got a blood clot in your head. It's in your cerebellum. You may be paralyzed. You may be this. You may be that." I mean, they start scaring you, but they're saying that is emergency surgery that you have no choice but to do, or that you should do. So, I text my girlfriend. I love her. She texted me back. She said, "I'll see you back here." She, told me I love you too. I text my mom, she said I'll be fine. I made some jokes at the doctor's expense. I called him Dr. Kevorkian. I try to record him and say, hey, this is the guy that killed me. I remember the Eddie Murphy sketch from the old Eddie Murphy Delirious, where he was going to go on a plane and he was like, this is the guy that crashed the plane. And he goes, and then he mentioned the person that is conducting the flight, and says, you stupid mother trucker, you crashed your plane. So I was trying to do the same thing for some reason. I was trying to do like an homage to Eddie Murphy. And I remember that they put the mask on after I made my couple jokes, and I fell asleep, woke up. It was 12 noon. I was alive. I had no underwear on. I had all my faculties. The only things that right now are going on with me is the fact that my left hand is a little bit off, is at 95%. My penmanship has changed. My typing skills have changed, and my thigh, there's a portion of my thigh that feels asleep. I did see a doctor. The doctor said that it had nothing to do with the stroke. It has to do with my L7 or C7 or WWE7, to stop dropping elbow drops with my girlfriend.
Oh, the K7 in the back.
The K7, yeah. And then they say, come on around and swing, kid. And they expect me to recover fully. I haven't returned back to work yet. I'm looking forward to doing so. I'm getting bored at home already. You know how it goes. You got to do something. It's recovery time. I think everyone who sent their well wishes, a lot of people that I have not spoken to, contacted me. One of those people was Andrea Martin, which we haven't spoken in many, many years. And I some of the people that I expected to contact me did not contact me, and some of the people that you didn't expect to contact me contacted me. Some of the people that I love the most showed up for me: Willie Valentin, George Anthony, Philip Anthony, my mother, my girlfriend. I had my best friend Liz Sotomayor from my two previous employers show up. Pops was there. ALC, he was there. Nobody raises my blood pressure like Pops. So he made sure that I was alive. I was pumping CPR, every time he talked, and just an outpouring of messages from everywhere around the country. My friend Angel Mena is on vacation right now, and he hit me up, and he was trying to come back. I told him just to do his thing, that I was going to be fine. And you were there when I was making jokes throughout the 3 or 4 days that I was there. But to me, the most poignant part of my stay was when they moved me from the ICU to the stroke unit. And on the day before I was dismissed, I was making a lot of jokes. I did tell my mom to rest. I did tell my girlfriend to rest because they were just running around. And I told them, I'm going to be okay. They're going to dismiss me today, which the doctor sneaked out and dismissed me the day after. But I spent a day in the stroke unit. And what happened in that stroke unit was riveting to me and revealing at the fact of how lucky I am, because the person next to me was paralyzed, and I didn't realize that until like a day after. Like I was there making jokes, everybody was visiting. I'm trying to put on a show. I'm not taking things seriously. I never took anything seriously from the time that I got the stroke 2 weeks ago, and to when the paramedics came, to when I got to my surgery. But that last day when I was there by myself, I realized that the person next to me can't move. And here's the reason how I realized that. I was the only person using the bathroom, the shower, the sink, and I'm moving around, and this guy is sitting there, and he's had people visit him, and to communicate, he would make noise. And, and he also went to the bathroom by himself, and to me being there, I realized like, man, thank you, God. Because I'm here, and I have 95% of myself here. And I'm here with my family. I get to spend time with my girlfriend. I get to be myself again. I get to be sarcastic. I get to spend time with my friends. And the prognosis is great for me. I'm young, so they said that if I follow, I saw your face. If I follow the regimen that they have me on, that I should be okay, and that I should make a full recovery.
At least 2 or 3 years.
But again, it's just feeling lucky and blessed to be here. And again, I think
You are.
I thank you for being my brother and showing up.
No, absolutely. I had to go. I had to go. You know,
Yes.
my mom was concerned. My sister, they were like, calling me after I went to see you. They were like, "How they doing? My mother prayed for you." So even though
your wife
be there,
your wife Cynthia Figueroa FaceTimed me, and we had a moment, and it was funny too because the nurse's assistant that was listening that just came into the shift heard me talking to your wife. And I say, I love you. I got to go. My girlfriend's calling me. And she's like, how do you have a woman talking to you and your girlfriend calling you at the same time? I said, well, that was my best friend's wife. And this is my actual girlfriend, as I love her because she's my sister. And she got teary-eyed. I got teary-eyed. But then, it was a quick conversation. But it was pretty funny that the nurse that was there was thinking all these things about me, that I'm a guy with multiple women asking for me, it was pretty funny. You had to be there. It's one of those days. Don't take it personal. So again, Cynthia, FaceTiming me. My father was there. I had a lot of people that showed up for me, people that inboxed me. I got a lot of fruit baskets. I'm on my third or fourth fruit basket, and I want to thank everyone who sent me a fruit basket. My job sent me a fruit basket. That one had the most chocolate covered strawberries, which I liked. Yeah, and I got a Boricua style edible arrangement. You know what I mean? The ones that come from La Poteria. It had like a can of dole on a stick. You know what I mean? And it was all bananas. I don't know what that means. And plátanos, like
they were ripe.
Ripe and ready to go. Also, my cousin Antonio Mercado from Touch of Quality and his husband, they sent me a nice edible arrangement, and I appreciate that. I love you, cuz. I'll be bothering you soon, and thank you so much for everything. And it's just a nice thing to even the people that I'm not vibing with send me gifts. You know what I mean? And for some reason, you even though you're not on good terms, you're like, they're thinking of me. You know what I mean? So you have to appreciate that as well. Mm-hmm. But I have you here because I talk freestyle when we do CPR's Clubhouse Live. So let me ask you: it's 2021. In 2020, TKA Slipping Through My Hands was like the song of the year, mm-hmm. and a lot of things came out of that. But here we are, 2021. I am at my 6-month term for 2021 because our year starts at the end of November. Right. So what grade would you give freestyle in 2021 so far?
I haven't heard enough songs. It's hard to give a grade. I feel like there's been either very little releases or I haven't heard much. So either there's not enough releases being, enough songs being released, or I haven't heard a lot. So, I mean, I'd say the songs that, there's a handful that have stuck out. So right now it's a C, I would say, if I had to give a grade. And I think about, we always want quality over quantity, don't get me wrong, but there's not enough quantity of quality out there. So there's not a lot of songs.
Right.
So, I can think of maybe 5 off the top of my head that I go, wow, these are songs that I would play over and over again.
I had to put CPR's freestyle countdown on hold for a month because I didn't want to put less quality on my countdown. Mm-hmm. I pride myself. So after taking a month off, we did the top 10 songs of 2021 so far, again, because this is our mid-year. And some of the songs that made the list was Luis Marte's 100 Miles Per Hour, which are recent releases. Yeah. Michaela Rose featuring Chris Rivers, which I liked and I've always liked. Featuring Chris Rivers. I like the NSR version myself. Mm-hmm. Jay Mazur's All Through the Night, the Jay Adams remix. Yeah, good song. Jasmine Dennis stars the Artie mix, and there also is a Willie Valentin artistic remix. Gennaro featuring Jenny Renee was number 6 with Scars. Number 5 was Nelson Rego and We Weren't Meant to Be. Number 4, Rudy Fausto, Walking Away, that great 3-part story. Number 3, once again, Nelson Rego, but with Broken, which is my favorite song that he's put out. And I think my top song so far in 2021. And number two is a song that went from 2020 and is taking 2021 by storm because of the remixes, and now finally is dying down a bit. And that is Marilyn Torres, In Exchange for What remixes. And of course, number one, it's Mia, Inside Out, which is the only song that I've seen make the most impacted noise besides Nelson Rego and Rudy Fausto.
Okay.
So for me, again, it can't be a 3-song 2021. If we are at the later part of the year, I want to see and I want to hear some more good quality releases.
Yeah, and I don't know what the reason for the lack of music. I think we need more for sure. What I do like is I'm seeing different names pop up, especially for producers. I think that's a positive thing, but I don't think we have enough great written songs that with a matching production that you go, wow, this is melody, lyrics, and production is there. So I think that's what's missing, the full package.
Is it because you took a step back in 2021? Because I haven't seen any releases from Artistik Recordings. Is it because you took a step back, the reason why the quality is not there in your eyes?
No.
Well, I use that as a precipitating factor. Yeah. I mean, we went from TKA's Iconic Slipping Through My Hands to now in 2021. And we also had Carlos Barrios versus Sammy Zone, Believe in Love. We had the Diddle D's Into the Night. We had some really great songs in 2020. And here we are in 2021, 6 months in, and we can't find 10 great songs right now. And we had to struggle to get 10 great songs.
No, I hear you. I think nice songs are coming out, but not great songs are coming out. I might get backlash for that, and people might say, "Oh, my song is great." Hey, every time we put out a song, and I'm speaking as an artist, we think it's great. It doesn't mean it's a great song.
Right.
A record that I'm like, wow, I thought would do better. It just didn't hit. So that's what I'm seeing a lot of. Like, I think I love the Nelson Rego song, the number 2,
Broken.
Yeah, yep. That's a great song. I like it better than the other song.
Yes, that was the discussion we've had previously with the CPR's Clubhouse crew. The fact that they held on to Broken until We Weren't Meant to Be was released, so it kind of diminished what Broken did. Yeah. But Broken is amazing, and I liked it better than We Weren't Meant to Be.
That's my number 1 song of the year, I would say, so far this year. I like his vocals, I like the production on it, the writing, everything is great in that song. I think that's my top song of the year. I really like the Jay Mazur record also. Yeah,
All Through the Night was amazing, and it went quiet. Like it seems like Jay Mazur had to get himself into a little trouble so people could pay attention, and that's not okay. He's not the type of person.
No, he's a good guy, really good guy. I like the Jenny and Gennaro record also. Not because I'd remix it or anything, but I just I like the way the final product came out.
And they added lyrics, they added a female vocals in there. I thought that it was a good addition to a song that I really loved in 2020.
Yeah, and it's funny because it took a while to get that song done because there's multiple parties involved. We had to satisfy not only Jenny, not only Gennaro, then Manny and myself. And Gino, everybody had to like this record,
right?
So I'm glad that there were that many heads, in the room or the virtual room listening before we finished this product, because and I didn't take it to offense when they go, "I'm not feeling this," and I said, "Not a problem." I did something else. Manny liked it. Gino was like, "Nope, I don't like that."
Right.
And then I did something I didn't like it, which they never heard, and then I started changing things little by little. And I asked them, "What do you want? What kind of sound?" So then we all collaborated as far as ideas of what they envisioned the song to be, and so I like the final product. I think everyone did a great job. Again,
I like it. Yes, I did like that. Do you see the collaborations dying down more, or because I always talk about how when people get into a group or a clique or a company, or they form some kind of partnership, it only lasts about 3 months, and then it's time to move on. Either somebody with an ego something egotistical happens, somebody is asking for something that they never asked for originally,
Yeah.
or they betrayed the group that they come from.
I think what I'm seeing, and no one in particular, but just saying what I'm seeing overall, is the rushing to say, this is my boy, my brother, I love you, and my sister, I love you, and I'm representing this label, I'm representing this producer, I'm representing this artist so fast. I mean, you want to back up your artist, and you want to, you're gonna get along with someone like you, and you're vibing, but it just rushes to that thing, like they, whatever happened in the past is like totally erased, and it's all about this label, this artist, this producer, and it's difficult because then you see 2 months later, like what happens to that partnership, or 3 months later, and it's sad. It's sad a little bit. I don't have any beefs with anyone. I work with anyone who wants to work with me, but I think now that I'm older, I'm not trying to say, Artistik, we're taking over, or we're number one. I'm not into that anymore.
Yeah.
We were a little cocky in the '90s, but not in a way. We never put anybody down saying we're number one and you're number 10. Never like that. We were just confident what we were doing, and with myself, Michael Anthony, Freddie the Edit, we're the founders of the sound, and that we created, and it developed. It wasn't a 3-month thing. It wasn't a 2-month thing.
No, it was a cultivation of artists, especially from here in New England.
Yeah.
Pose, Marisol, Stephanie Marie, the people that you helped before you put out Artistik Recordings. There were some songs that people go look for them. You were helping a lot of the labels here in New England to try to develop a good sound. And even though they had mediocre artists, or artists that couldn't vocally carry the production, you did your best to help them in any which way you can. And of course, you're a producer, you work for hire. Yeah. So, you did songs for artists like Different Styles. You did songs for, you did a remix for Different Styles Come Back for Idol Makers. You worked out of the Idol Maker Studios.
Yeah, I remember.
Marisol's Beginning of the End was made in the Idol Maker Studios, from what I remember. Also, the working with Edwin Ramos, with the artists from Connecticut, and doing Freestyle Parade 3 out of the Connecticut studios from Edwin Ramos.
Original ER Studios.
The original ER Studios, yeah. The very hot and humid ER Studios. I remember it was on the 3rd floor. Then I moved to the bottom floor. And then the day that we all went to record, well, I didn't go record, but I joined the artists, or brought the artists to record together for Freestyle Parade Volume Number 3. I remember it's a full house full of artists: Lorenzo Delon, George Anthony, Julio, Angel, and Fred. There was just so many artists in one room. Marisol, Stephanie Marie. I mean, you could hear it on the Volume 3 of Freestyle Parade Volume 3 together. You hear all the different artists, Lorenzo Delon, all these different artists. Can you believe that 1995 is so many years ago?
Yeah. And what I really liked is that we were really close. It wasn't 2 or 3 of us. It was, 15 of us, 20 of us. Yes. And, we got along really well, and we had a lot of fun. No one was touting that we were the best. The artists didn't go, well, I'm better than this person, or we were confident, and we had fun. We did the little intros, and interludes, and outros, and it was fun. We started a trend when it came to that, and now I'm hoping to see more unity, real collaboration that doesn't last, a few months, few weeks, or the beefing has to stop. So we can get back to making good records, right? Forget that other stuff. Forget about the clicks and these groups on Facebook, and just get down to the music. I'm not saying that I'm here doing my thing and I'm producing 20, 30 tracks. Right now I'm working on a Pure Pleasure track, and then I'm doing work for hire for another artist. And I have songs that I'm ready to go for me, but I just gotta finalize it, make it sound really good. I'm not coming out with a filler. I want to come out with something hot.
Yes. Now, speaking of great songs, your wife's Now That You're Gone was released in 2020. How did you feel that song did in your eyes?
well, just the fact that it's not in your top 10 for 2021 kind of shocked me, because I figured, well, it came out in October, late October, so November, December, I would have figured it would have been on there. But I think it was a great record, not because it's my wife, not because I produced it. It was written really well by Lisa B. And I thought it was a quality record. Did it do what I thought it was going to do? No, but that happens. It happens.
Right.
You can't put a blame on anyone or anything. Just that happens with the music industry. You move on. It didn't do horrible, but we expected more. We were hoping for more. Not saying expected, but I think the feedback I've gotten from fans and DJs and other producers have been all positive. So I'm happy with the product.
Yeah, and of course, she'll be part of the top 40 of 2021. Of course, we try to go through the entire roster of songs, and maybe we should have looked at it further, because we were questioned on Edie's Sunrise, we were questioned on other songs, and we were also questioned on now Cynthia Figueroa's Now That You're Gone. But to me, our community is so fast to move on sometimes that you do pass over great songs. In the beginning of the year, or the ending of 2020, Now That You're Gone was released, and so was Rudy Fausto's Walking Away. And it just seems to me that everybody went to it, embraced it, played it, and then once these mediocre songs started coming out, then it's like mediocre artist is going to be played now, and or mediocre song, or we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and it just becomes it becomes discombobulated. The releases of these songs, two great songs and then 6 bad ones in a row.
Yeah, another reason I would say maybe because the record didn't do as well as we anticipated is, we don't perform. We haven't performed. I haven't done a show since my birthday bash when I turned the 50. That was my last show. I hosted a show in February last year with Voice here in Connecticut, but I didn't perform. So that was my last show. So we've done one virtual show, which was for the record release of Cynthia Figueroa, but we haven't done any performances. We just didn't, I didn't feel comfortable with that. So,
and you're not also in people's faces like some others are,
I've been
outing and saying, sticking out signs and saying Valentin this, Artistik that, and your wife doesn't do that either.
Yeah, she's not really on social media as much, and I really toned it down. I took a break for about a month at one point, month and a half, and it felt great. But I'll definitely be, once I have music that's ready to be released, that's when I'll start using more of the social media again. Do I miss it? Yeah, I miss it a little bit. Sometimes I pop in here and there. I still see the little beefs going on or some weird stuff going on. I'm like, what is that? I try to stay out of that crap. I have no interest in it. It's funny sometimes when I do see it, but I don't, I don't want to be involved in it.
I think being involved in the beefs or trying to get through the minutia and try to give an insight into our music sometimes it was difficult for me, and it created a lot of stress. And so for me, I'm just going to let things go, because no matter what you tell the community, they're going to do whatever you want. And there's this thing now where they want to cancel people. And in freestyle, you can't cancel anybody. It's all fake canceling. It's a fake cancel culture. Yeah. How many times have people said, cancel this person, cancel that person, cancel this DJ, cancel this artist? And it doesn't happen because people want to see the drama. They want to be part of it. They want to join in, and they want to jump down what happened
right now.
Yes, absolutely. I'm sure Cynthia Figueroa was beefing with Marilyn Torres. Cynthia would get more hits. You know what I mean? Or Marilyn would, or there would be a divide. Like the GA controversy. But again, it is all in what the artist and the audience are doing. I'm sweating here. I'm in my Chasing Amy studios. Very hot now while we record this song. We record the show, and I'm not singing anything, but it's pretty hot in here. So I'm sweating up a storm. I should have put a hat on. I should have got my rag, for my brow. But it means that everything's working correctly. It means that that I'm back on the mend. And again, it's a situation where I never thought that I would be doing this again. And the reason why I want to do this again is because I want to get back to normal.
Of course.
Normalcy is important to me. And I want my family to stop worrying me and treating me with kid gloves, like, because they love me so much. They don't want me to be doing a lot,
No, but you made strides. Not that you were horrible, but when you were affected by that, I definitely noticed a difference. And I'm like, man, I prayed for you. I'm like, no, that's not the CPR. No, that's not my brother's CPR. So I'm happy when I heard your first podcast, and I was like, wow, it sounds like CPR. I mean, I was really happy to hear that until I didn't hear some Figueroa on there. But anyway, I was happy to hear that, and I'm definitely getting more motivated. I'm in a different frame of mind. I've got my first show coming up next month in June.
Jenny Renee's birthday bash.
Yeah. Yep. So we're excited. It'll be actually me, myself, my wife, and my daughter are all performing for the Jenny Renee's birthday bash on June 26th. So that's going to be fun. I definitely got to practice because it's been a while since I've done any type of singing as far as live shows, and looking forward to that. I'm not going to go crazy start doing a lot of shows. I'm not there yet, but I'm definitely feeling it.
Dedicated to Philip Anthony. San Pellegrino. He can't. I got this for you, my brother. I saw his video reviewing a local restaurant here.
Okay.
And he doesn't drink San Pellegrino, but I just got a bottle for him.
Nice.
So I am looking forward to listening to your new product. I am looking forward to getting back to normalcy, and especially when it comes to our music. The CPR's Freestyle Countdown is back weekly now on 90.7, on 105.9, on 101.9. Nice. So you will hear us on Thursdays and Fridays on the stations that I just mentioned, and on Sundays as well.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you something in regards to something that I brought up before.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's smart for artists to debut their music in Facebook groups?
It depends. I mean, some Facebook groups have a lot of members. Depends what Facebook group, but this is the thing. A lot of these artists are friends with people who own these Facebook groups. So, they do them a favor, and, they may have 15 members, 20 members, or 15, 20 people that tune in. I don't think it hurts them. It doesn't do anything for them. Look for the right platform that has the biggest audience. And your friends that own these groups, these Facebook groups or whatever, they'll understand they're your friend. Say, hey, I want to make this record blow up. I want everyone to hear it. How do I do that?
Right.
You look at, like, if I'm going to debut a record, you think of DJs like yourself, Tin Spinning Chomer. There's DJs that have a bigger audience, and I'm not taking anything away from a lot of the DJs. I know a lot of the DJs, and I like them. I don't really tune into much of the shows, not because I don't want to. I just don't have the time. But something I do, and it's fun when I hear, I'm like, wow, this DJ is pretty good. I don't know, because people are always tagging me on different DJs.
Yes, that was a question too that they had in a forum about a month ago. Why artists are not going into these iRadio stations and Facebook groups to support the DJs that spin them? Yeah.
It's tough. It's I get tagged in the weirdest times. I could be, with my daughter, taking a walking the dog, or having dinner, or doing laundry, or doing laundry. I can probably listen to the mix show, but just sometimes it's just weird times that I can't do it.
Yeah, I got you listening on Sunday evenings at 5 p.m. I said, Willie Valentin's listening to the show on 101.9, Party 101.9.
Yeah.
And so I'm happy about that, and I'm hoping that more people tune in live on Sundays 5 to 7.
Yep.
So they can hear myself, the Vinyl Assassin, and Cheryl Rodriguez, the Duchess, and my friends. And so, it's just, to me, when somebody debuts a song on a Facebook group, it's a disrespect, because it shows uneducation, and them not understanding that they're being used for the betterment of that group or the administrators of that group. Because I haven't seen anybody become a hit since Sammy Zone and Carlos Berrios released Without You back in the day, and they released it to all the different I radio stations and all the different groups, all the different freestyle websites like What You're Missing and Freestyle.fm, and they released it to FM, Latin Freestyle, and we had that on rotation. People were listening. It was a different time, a different platform, of course. It was almost 20 years ago. But again, it's just when you go to a Facebook group, you're also going to take the people that don't like the people in that Facebook group, and they're going to be like, well, I'm not playing this song now. I'm not supporting this song. And it happens a lot. I just recently found out that Kuala Bay has a new song out.
Mm-hmm.
How do I know? Because they premiered it with a person on social media, and it's great that they did that. But I didn't get a press kit. Usually you're supposed to send out a press kit or send out the songs to the radio stations that you want to support.
Yeah.
I also got an inbox from an artist saying, hey, I got this new CD that I got out. It's $15. Pay me $15 and play me on your show. And I thought that was a sign of disrespect too. So again,
I refunded you the money.
Exactly. You are going to disrespect somebody in this business when you debut your song on a freestyle group, or when you ask somebody to purchase something and then play it. Those are the things that are going to cause issues for you. So my only suggestion is for people to do their due diligence and find out who has the best audience, and also not to release tracks without having professionals listen to it. Because what I see too is when they debut these songs on Facebook groups, it's all fire. Nobody ever says, hey, it's not good. You should not release this, fix this. They never do that. They just say it's great, no matter what it is.
Yeah. And I think a lot has to do also with, limited resources and budget. So, a lot of people just get the song done. They pay $300-$500, whatever it costs to do the song. And if they show it to someone and go, oh, you need to do vocals over. Oh, God. That means they got to pay for another mix down, pay to go back in the vocal booth, record the vocals again. That's going to be another $300. I'm like,
right.
You know what? I already invested enough. And you before you mix that record down, get a rough mix of it, drive around with it, show some people, say, hey, what do you guys think? And if someone asks me that question, I'm tell you the truth. And I've done it before to my friends who produce records all the time. And I'm like, the vocals got to be done over. Or the bass is too strong on that kick. Or the mix sounds muddy. Or the vocals are low. You gotta get that feedback from others in the industry. Or even if they don't, tell me what I want to hear. Tell me exactly what you think.
Right. And I get that too. For the most part, people get upset with me and they stop talking to me, or they block me, or but I try to be as honest as possible when they tell me, hey, look, I've been on the radio for a good portion of my life, going 25 years of straight every week doing radio broadcasting. I also teach radio broadcasting. So I can tell you what a good freestyle song is. I can tell you what a bad freestyle song is. The man sitting doing this interview with me, this podcast, Willie Valentin, can also tell you that there have been many times where he sent me stuff and I've told him exactly how I feel about it. And sometimes he takes my advice and sometimes he doesn't. But when he asked me for my brutal opinion, I give it to him.
Yep. Because
it's important for me to give it to him.
Yeah, no, I respect it. We definitely don't agree on everything, but that's okay. I give you a perfect example. Like when we did that the Jenny and Gennaro record, it was like some feedback was a little harsh. I'm like, wow. But I can say at the end, I was happy with it. I think everyone was satisfied with it, but not even just saying, that's good enough. No, we all said it came out good. We like the final product. There you go. Yeah,
and again, I just wish the community would champion songs that are greatly done, and for them to every time somebody comes out with a song, it's fire, and they purposely block the talented artist to play the one that can't sing, and I see that a lot, and it's because that person is always in their group, is always in their lives, is always supporting them. So they're like, oh, they're supporting me, I'm going to support them. The quality artists don't have the time to go. They can go once in a while, but not all the time. I'm sure that Willie Valentin is not listening to CPR's Clubhouse every week, right, Willie?
I do.
I'm just kidding.
I listen to the podcast. I don't listen to it live anymore because I like to do it when I'm in the backyard or I'm in the car. I don't listen to the radio hardly ever anymore. So I'd rather listen to your podcast, hear whatever's new that's out there, and then listen to some Cliff Potts mixes. So it's fun. For me, it's fun. I like it, and that's a good way to hear the music live. I mean, I got to have Facebook open while I'm driving. Podcast is a little more.
You have control of it.
Yeah. And I can, when I work out, I like to do that. I like to listen to the podcast, or I do watch when you do your, your interviews, or when you have George on, and that stuff. I always, work out is the best time to do it. And I listen or I watch when I can. And
now you're gonna watch yourself. Hey, Willie, two more reps. You could do it. 2 more reps.
Wow.
And I know that you've changed your lifestyle when it comes to your health. We have to. I'm in my mid-40s. You're already in your 50s. And so we have to change the way that we eat. We have to change the way that we take care of ourselves. I can't believe I had a stroke. I can't believe I'm pre-diabetic, and I can't believe I had high cholesterol. And all those things I'm working on right now. But you're like, really? Did I eat McDonald's that much? Like you start thinking about that.
Yeah, it's not that one thing you eat. It's the amount over a period of time that gets you there. Yeah. And I learned that the hard way. I learned it.
Yeah. And so I've been taking my blood sugar. My blood sugar is 87, 90 in the morning. So you're like, oh, that's good.
I wish.
So you're like, I had to learn how to, get the blood out. You know what I mean? I had to use the little machine. And that's kind of, I'm already over it. You know what I mean? But again, it's all about health, and it's all about taking care of myself. I don't want to be part of the beefs either. I realize that it doesn't matter. What matters to me is my quality of life. And what matters to me is my girlfriend, my family, my stepdaughter, my mom, the people that are here for me, the ones that I can break bread with in person soon. I can't wait to get back to Freestyle Fridays live and do live shows again in Massachusetts. Those are the things that I'm looking forward to. I can care less about what George Anthony's doing today, unless he wants to come on here and talk with me. I can care less about, what if Frankie Colors was in the tub, you know what I mean? All those stupidity, like people really get into your personal lives. Mm-hmm. And that's why I keep my girlfriend out of the spotlight, because you have to keep your private life private so people don't start looking for stuff and start painting you a certain way, and I think that was a precipitating factor too of my condition, because I was always not angry, but I always had this feeling like I had to prove myself, and I had to make other people look dumb, because I have the knowledge, right? And what ended up happening was I ended up with a stroke, and they ended up happy-go-lucky, you know what I mean? And again, I'm not interested. I'm just not interested. I'm going to do my show the way that I've always done it. I've always been fair, except for Willie Valentin in my top 10 of 2021 so far, where I didn't include Cynthia Figueroa. And my apologies to the Princess of Style.
It's not like you made a mistake. I'm just saying that I just personally thought it would have been in there, but doesn't mean it has to be there.
No, I understand. I could have not listed some of the new songs and put the more seasoned songs, but again, it's all about the mind. People who play this music, we tend to dismiss quality songs very quickly. How much hate did TKA Slipping Through My Hands get as soon as it was released, even though it was causing a buzz like no other freestyle song had caused a buzz in a long time?
Well, that was a weird record. I remember Kay calling me right before we released it. He just goes, "Just get ready to lose friends, and get you're going to hear some stuff that you've never encountered." You know how I always was, like when people talk about beefs. I'm like, "What beefs? I never even noticed it." And I lost friends, and I don't blame the TKA record, but I mean, since that record came out and then we started doing other stuff, and 2020, even though it was a great year for myself for music, I think I did so much work last year.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was great. But at the same time, some friendships were gone. Just ended, and I just noticed some separation, and the gossip started and all that crap. So, you know how I felt about it. It affected me at first, going, "Wow, it hurt me." But at a point, I'm going, you know what? Nah, I'm going to continue what I'm going to do, and I don't wish anybody bad, but you learn from that. You learn from it.
Yeah. I try to educate through the whole entire process. When it came to the TKA record, I didn't think there was anything other than the Carlos Barrios or Sammy Zone that could measure up to it, along with the Diddle D Into the Night. Mm-hmm. And I lost friends. Some people blocked me, like I stated before. Some people that used to call me on a weekly basis have not called me. I had my stroke. They did not call me. Yeah. I became a camp, artistic camp, TKA camp, a 418 freestyle camp. When they're the ones who get the brunt of my feedback. And a lot of the times they say, "Oh, you don't like this? What can I do to make it better?" And I tell them, like today was an example that Kate called me and said that he wanted me to choose a song for a female artist, and I told him exactly what song I wanted her to do. But and it was something that just came in my mind quickly, but he agreed with, and it was like, wow, that's a great idea. And sometimes you get those great ideas, sometimes you don't. I didn't know that a 3-year process of trying to put together slipping through my hands and then finally releasing in 2020 was going to cost you and I friendships, was going to cost you and I to have headaches, was going to cost you and I to have people that we trusted in our circle betray us in a way where we never thought that they would. And so, for me, that was a shocker because I fought hard for those relationships and I thought that I did well. And I thought that I did good by those people, but it wasn't good enough for them to understand that the friendship is more important than a couple of $100.
It's okay though. We learn. It's part of life, right? I think everything happens for a reason, and I have no regrets, and I wish everybody well. That's all I can say. I know who my true friends are, and I know who my colleagues are, and I know who are. I have really good friends. I have close friends. I have people that I consider really nice people that I trust also. May not see them all the time or speak to them, but I have trust in a lot of people also. Doesn't mean they're not my friends. I just don't speak to them on a regular, but I do trust them. But for this year, I'm going to keep it really small. Records for me. My daughter said, hey, she's down to do another record. My wife definitely wants to do another record. We have a duet. I got to do it with Tony Moran. Tony Moran's a great guy. He reaches out to me all the time. His father passed away earlier or at the end of last year. My father passed away about a month ago or a little less than a month ago. And he reached out to me and, we got that crazy duet that I can't wait to release. And, he's my idol. That. Matt Rascal is what I.
Well, he's my number one get for a interview. I think that I would be speechless if I got to speak to Tony Moran. He doesn't understand what he means to me personally as a freestyle fan and as a DJ.
So we're gonna make that happen. We gotta get that duet out so we can say, "Hey, let's get on."
One thing that I want to briefly touch on is your father, and I thank you for allowing me to be part of your family, and to be able to show up for you as your brother, to be at his service and to be at his funeral. And your mother is a lovely woman. I love her blessings. I know that no matter what I do or where I go, no matter how she is, she always holds my hand so tight and shows me so much love. And I don't want to get deep into it because I don't want to get emotional with you on this show. But being there for you, when your father passed away, was an honor. And it's a privilege because I can call you my brother. I know that Angel Mena wanted to be there as well, but I wasn't driving. Philip Anthony and I got in the car and just went, and we woke up. It was like a conversation. I didn't think that I was going to make it, because my car was messed up a little bit, and he calls me up at 1 something in the morning. I hit him back up at like 3 in the morning, and then by 6 in the morning we're out, and we're trying to get there as soon as possible.
Yeah, it was a great surprise, and I remember being in the church, and my emotions are just running wild, and then I turn to my right and I see you, I see Phil, I see my neighbors who, been friends for 4 years, and they came with the whole family. I saw George Anthony, Jay Allums, and we didn't expect a lot of people at the funeral. It was gonna be private. I only announced it the day before.
Yeah.
And the people who showed up really showed me, and again, some people can't make it, and I get it, but it showed me the support of my true brothers, my true family, and I appreciate it. And the people who have reached out were just amazing. I can't say, I can't say enough for the support I had, because it was the worst moment of my life. So
yeah.
But
I remember, I remember at the funeral, your mother just buried her husband, and she turns around, she sees me, and she looks at me, and she smiles and grabs my hand, and she goes, "Dios te bendiga," and I'm just like, man, this woman, like, she just loves me, and I had a mask on and a hat, and she notices who I can't commit a crime anywhere with his face, but the fact is that. I just loved it. I love the fact that, every time that I see her, she loves me, and I just love that about her.
When she heard about you getting sick and stuff, and when I told her, she was like, "Jose, I went, mi gordito." I was like, wow. I think she was like, "Of course I remember." She's like, "No, I'm gonna pray for him."
And you start thinking about. I start thinking about when we went to record Freestyle Madness at your mom's house in your studio. When I got to take a drive with Michael Anthony Berteau. When I got to come up with the break for "Release Me" by Annalise. I start thinking about, going back and doing As You Held Me. I think about, like how much of an impact you've been in my life and how close we become. You start thinking about everything because, you have time. You have time to think. You have time to rest and think. And then I open my eyes, I look to the right, and there's George Anthony, there's Willie Valentin, there's my mother, there's my father, there's all the people that are my brothers all together, like coming in to see me. There was one incident where Angel El Cruz came, and he got to the door, and they were like, "I'm here to see you, Jose Ortiz." He goes, "You're George Anthony, right?" And George Anthony wasn't even there. George Anthony came with a stuffed animal. He got me a monkey. It was hilarious.
He thought you were hungry.
And so, those are things that you appreciate. And I'm so glad to be alive and able to spend more time with my friends and family. I figured that I'm lucky and I should do good with my luck, and I play the lottery tonight. If I win, we all win. But
are you moving?
But I just want to, live my life. I dedicated my time to freestyle. Now I want to dedicate my time to my family, and I want to do stuff with them.
Of course.
And if I have to pass the mantle over to Cheryl, it's going to be in good hands. And if I have to pass the mantle over to Cliff Potts, he's doing a great job. I got to get him trained and going, and he's going to be another one. It's hard to find dedicated people like these two.
Yeah.
And it's hard to trust people in this genre of music, and they've been very trustworthy. My first fruit basket came from Cheryl Rodriguez.
Nice.
She was my first out of 5 fruit baskets. Yay! If I eat another chocolate covered strawberry.
Now she's great. I mean, I'm fully vaccinated, and I got to thank her because I think she reached out. I forgot what it was. She sent me a message on Facebook, and I'm like, I can't find a vaccine where I live, and she gave me tips. Do this, try this the website, and within I think a day and a half, I was able to find a vaccine, and I was like, I got it. And she was like, I knew you could do it.
One of my biggest regrets is I can't have her Italian sandwiches anymore. Maybe one day. they'll clear me to eat one of those.
I've had 3 pieces of bread in the last 6 months, man. So
those Duchess bombs. I've had bread. I have the 40-calorie bread with a little peanut butter on it.
Yeah.
You know, and then I go to prick myself to see if you know, my blood sugar is good. My doctor said, you know, you don't have to take your blood sugar every day. Your numbers are great. You can take your blood sugar every other day or every 3 days. I'm like, oh, perfect. I just got to get here we are talking health, right? On this podcast, on this show. I'm just, you know, I'm glad that you guys, you know, just showed up for me. And the people that I didn't expect to show up for me, I thank you. And the people that I expected and didn't, I also thank you. Because I'm sure, you know, I was in their mind somehow and they were praying. I know there were some people that were like, hey, is he okay? Is he all right? Reaching out to others.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate that. And so, you know, it's 2021. It's almost half the year is almost gone. I just want new quality freestyle content. We usually have a CPR's top 40 freestyle songs of 2021 or the year. I hope that we can get to that this year.
We'll get there. You know, I know Santana Twins are going to start putting stuff out. I'm going to start putting stuff out. You know, Luis Marte has grown, and I know he's involved in a lot of projects. I'm sure Sammy Zone's going to do something with Carlos Berrios. You know, we need that stuff.
I'm waiting for the Joey Mays new song to come out.
Yes.
I'm salivating.
Yep.
Everybody was waiting for the Tony Moran and Willie Valentin duo. I'm waiting for new projects from Sapphire's camp.
Yep.
I'm waiting for Actual. I'm waiting for a lot of these new releases that we're trying to see in 2021. It's just a disappointing year after a whole year, 2020, of people talking smack about how great they are and how they were going to come out with something great, and it's not here.
So let's remember this conversation. Today's what, May 18th, right? And let's look at the end of the year when you put this countdown together and say, wow, look at all the crazy, great music that was released since May. You know, I'm going to stay positive and say we're going to hear a lot of good stuff.
I hope so as well. So out of the songs for 2021 that I mentioned, do you see anyone that you loved other than Nelson Rego's Broken?
No, it's my favorite record of the year. I'm gonna say, you know, and that's just, you know, that's how I really feel about that record. I really love that record. Everything about it I liked, like I said earlier. There's a lot of good records. You know, I like the Mia record. I like the you know, the of course Gennaro and Jenny. I'm a little biased because I'm involved.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of tracks that are out there now that I can listen to, and I can't mention every name of the song because I'm not going to remember. But you know, we don't have enough of those great records yet. But I know they're coming. I know Jenny has a lot of stuff she's recording now. I spoke to Meg the other day, and you know, I'm sure she's going to come out with something really hot on her next solo record, right?
Yeah, I hope so too.
George, I know George never disappoints. George Anthony.
I got a copy of that. I got a copy of the demo. It is good. It's good.
Yep. And I actually like that Monet record that Jay Allen's produced.
Yeah.
Jay and I think remixes by Julio Mena. So right. I'm looking forward to that. I like the way that sounded when I heard the little snippet. I think a lot of good stuff is about to pop off in freestyle, and I look forward to that. I look forward to production again by the Santana Twins, Carlos Berrios.
Yes.
You know,
the students of the game, the people that are students of the game, and I know that there are other students of the game, but I'm talking about the ones that go back to the New York days where DJ spun records and they love samples, and you love intros and breaks and outros. Those are the people that I'm looking forward to.
Michael Anthony and Pose got together, wrote a song. That's got a
perfect
project we got to do. So there's stuff that it's going to come out. It's going to come out. I think it's going to be a strong 2021. Again, not taking away from anything. I just want to hear those great records. There's a lot of good records, very little great records. And
I haven't heard of 9 or 10 yet, and that's what I'm waiting for. Nelson Rago's Broken is an 8, a solid 8, but I haven't seen a 9 or a 10 in 2021 yet, and I'm waiting for it.
Yeah. So,
well, Willie Valentin, thank you so much for joining us here at CPR's Clubhouse Live. I appreciate your time, and I can't wait to hear all your great music.
I can't wait either for everyone to hear it, and I can't wait to hear some other great tracks that are about to be released from a lot of great artists. Hopefully, we have some new young blood that's coming out as well.
Yeah, let us know where you're going to be performing next.
Just June 26th, Jenny Renee's birthday bash, and I think it's Orlando or Kissimmee, one of those two in that area, with Niaja, George Anthony. I can't remember all the names of the artists. My wife, Lily Rose. Man, I'm gonna get killed because I don't remember all the artists' names, but a good 10 artists.
Let me see if I can find it for you before we get out of here. I got the good speed in the
internet, home internet,
the interweb thingy.
Boost Mobile came out with home internet. That's awesome.
Yeah, Boost Mobile. So we have Jenny Renee's birthday bash. Many Men Entertainment presents Jenny Renee's birthday bash, June 26th, featuring Niaja, George Anthony, Julio Mena, Gennaro, Will from Will and More.
Oh, wow.
Willie Valentin, Cynthia Figueroa, Lily Rose. The sound by DJ Lucho and DJ Slice is happening at Encima, the Encima Event Center, 7221 Curry Ford Road in Orlando, Florida. Again, this is Jenny Renee's birthday bash featuring Niaja, George Anthony, Julio Mena, Gennaro, and More, Willie Valentin, Cynthia Figueroa, Lily Rose, DJ Lucho, and DJ Slice. Encima Event Center, 7221 Curry Ford Road in Orlando, Florida. That's Many Men Entertainment. For more information, go to Eventbrite. What I'll do is I will connect you with that event by putting it on the description. Make sure that you understand that I have no affiliation with this event at all. I'm just trying to help you get tickets as soon as possible. So I'm going to put the link there, but I have no affiliation. They're not paying me for anything. But I want to make sure that if you want to go, you click the link and get the information so you can get your tickets at Eventbrite or hit up Jenny Renee and Manny Man.
Awesome.
All right, Willie Valentin. Thank you so much for joining me, Willie. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
Once again, it's CPR Jose Ortiz. This is CPR's Clubhouse Live. I am sweating up a storm here. It means that I am working fully here. I did shower, by the way. But it's CPR's Clubhouse Live. My name is CPR Jose Ortiz. And thank you so much to everyone who prayed for me. Thank you to everyone who contacted me via Messenger, via Instagram, via phone call. All of you who reached out to me and showed me your love. Everyone who prayed for me. Your prayers were answered. My prayers were answered. My family's prayers were answered. I am here to live another day, and I thank you for praying for me. I could be a stick in the mud sometimes, but I do appreciate love and life. I can't wait to get back at 100%. I want to get my penmanship back. I want to get my feeling back in my leg. I want to be able to type. But I do thank God for being here and having all my faculties for the most part. My right-hand side is great. My left-hand side is great. My body feels great. Losing weight feels great. And having the support of my family and friends feel great. Thank you again to my mother, to my girlfriend, to my friends and my family. Philip Anthony, I love you, sir. And to everybody watching this right now, this has been CPR's Clubhouse Live from the sweaty Chasing Amy Studios. Talk to you soon.